Hello everyone, I am Cobblecate and I am back to do another stream. We are working on this thing behind us. We're using Axiom and World Edit today, and we've actually created all of this terrain because, as you can see, let's let the world spawn in a little bit, more turn shaders off. As you can see, this is a super flat world, so all this terrain has been made, and the trees as well. Got some custom trees. And we're just going to carry on working on this thing. Yeah, let's move around a little bit and get it all loaded in. There we go. Oh. It's a little bit slow when we're first loading it all in. But yeah, just this little area here that we've done. Just wanted a bit of a background for this build that we're doing here. Come on now, load in. I've only just turned Minecraft on, so it's warming up a little bit. What is our render distance on? 20 chunks, that's not too bad. Right, okay, so this right here is what we did yesterday. And it turned out really well. I put this tree here because on the reference picture that I have from Pinterest, there is like some pink trees, and this just happened to be one that I had. So I've plopped it down here just to kind of like get a sense for it, get a feel for it. But I'm not sure we're going to keep that. We might have to make some custom trees later. So I'm thinking that we work on this big tower here because this is quite a big chunk, and then also, like, if we've got time, this little one, because it is very connected to this. So this doesn't feel finished until we get that little one out of the way, really. Right, I'm just going to pull up my reference picture and we'll get going. So I wish I could show you guys, but I can't really. I can try to give it a go, but maybe later. Right. So from here to here, this bit is kind of connected here. You've kind of got a... Let's turn off the swappy swap. You've kind of got a line that's like going across here that's connecting all this together. Like so. And it's even kind of looks like there's a bridge that's like going diagonally across. So that might need to be filled in a little bit. And then I think what we did last time is we actually we worked our way downwards. And this right here appears to be kind of like a garden with a fence that's going around it. And I'm just going to pull from some of the blues that we've already been using. And I think that this blue is the one that we're going to need to use for this top section here. So to me, it kind of feels like there's an inner level of blue, and then there's like more detail on the outside, and it kind of makes it look a little bit like a... Oop. A minute, press the wrong button. Don't want to update today. And it kind of makes it look like a bit of a fence around it. So I kind of want to take this top bit and make it blue. And we want to paint this top bit. So should we do... Let's try select this. Because it's a little bit hard to select just this circle section. I could be being a bit noobish here, and this might be a feature already, but I kind of wish you could do a selection box in a circle. That would be nice. But that kind of works. That kind of works. Right, so we're going to select that. And we're going to do replace gold. And I believe we're using the warped stem. And thankfully it's kind of like gone in the right direction that we wanted. So now we kind of need to decorate the outside of it. And I'm thinking, let's just do that. I'm thinking this sandstone here. And then also it kind of looks like, let me get some more blocks. Let's move. And this, and this, and this. Maybe these. No, I've got that. Maybe that. That. Because it kind of feels like it's got a rim of the... Just wondering if this is too thick, you know? Or if we kind of just do this. Go on this one. Like that. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set up a symmetry again. And to set up the symmetry, I'm going to need to find the center. So we take our handy ruler and we go from one section, one side to the other side. Just delete that one. I think I need to drag it. I always forget I need to drag it. All right, so we've got 47. Is that right? Yeah. And then we can select the center. So that's the center block there. And we'll just make the center block stone because that's just what I had handy. And now I can come over here and I can do the symmetry tool. And we'll do Control F and Control F and Control R. And that should make it so that anything that we do here, anything that we do on one side, it'll just mirror it and make symmetry. Right, so let me remove these for a second. Right, okay, and now when I place it, we'll get it on the other side as well. And not just on there, but all the way around as well. Right, okay, and now I think we go around and give it a little bit of a lip. Like that. And then maybe even one on the bottom, but I don't think I want it to be as thick. Okay, so I kind of placed that there by accident, but I don't hate it, you know? But let's see how the rest of it looks. Oh, we'll just keep to that for now. So we've got this big rim, but then we also have like a second rim underneath. Now, because of the symmetry, I do not have to do this all the way around, which we all know would be super annoying. Probably kind of boring to watch. Right, it's not... Yeah, for some reason it doesn't like that when I'm doing stairs. But you know what? I'm going to leave it for a second. I'm going to leave it for a second because I can't be bothered turning off the symmetry just for one thing. Right, okay. So now I want to add some more slabs on top. Because whenever you put slabs on the top of stairs, or in this case on the bottom, it always creates a kind of nice like shape there, like a little indent here. Right, so now I'm just wondering, are we happy with the sandstone? Or would we want to maybe take it and make it this stuff? The mud bricks. Let's try the mud bricks. And instead of going around and changing them all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a magic select. I'm going to exit that because we've still got that selected. And I'm going to do a magic select of just this bottom here. And I'm going to replace that with the mud bricks and see what it looks like. Now, as you can see, it's gone on the bottom, which is always really frustrating. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna reselect, and then I'm gonna use this replace, which you guys can't really see very well. But it's just a different replace. And because you guys can't see this too much, I'm going to try to limit my use of it because I imagine it's a little bit annoying. But I'm basically just replacing the sandstone for a mud brick slab. And when you use the replace, I can actually choose the type that I want. So I want it to go from any to the bottom type. So I want it to go from top to the top, or just copy properties and replace. Right. What next? Okay, so we've got this top bit, and it seems to have kind of like rails, kind of like sandstone. So we'll swap that off, and then we're going to need to swap this out for stairs. And just do something like that, maybe. So let's decide where we want these first. So maybe there. No, I think we can afford to go in one more. And then maybe do one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it kind of needs to be there, but that's not really going to work. Is it? So, yeah, okay. That works. I just want, it doesn't need to be perfect because it wasn't with this build, but I want it to at least look a little symmetrical. And we'll just swap that out for stairs. Or do we swap it out for a full block like that? Yeah. Right, so I'm also wondering if we want to make this that's something, isn't it? Okay. Now, the top of this again has kind of a lip. I'm wondering if we come out here like this. Now the problem is this is supposed to be kind of a garden, but I think it might be enclosed. Either that or they use glass. Maybe it's glass. We'll try that next. Yeah. Right, so we have that thin rim around the top. Almost tripped over my words then. And then I think I want to choose this to be glass. Let's see. Maybe we can just add in like a few like this, you know? I'm going to lower this. So we're going to click on shrink. We're going to lower that by that many blocks. Right. Right, so how do we make this work on a diagonal? I guess the only way would be to do that and then to add in some blocks here. And see, like that. Yeah, I think that's going to look good. Yeah. And with the trees coming out of the top and stuff, I think that'll work. It just does look a little bit bigger than I planned. But when I add the detail, it's bulking out anyway. So the distance from the edge of this to the edge of this won't be as much when we put the detail on. Right, okay, we're going to have to do that a little bit by hand. Right, okay. Otherwise, that's going to look weird. Well, first of all, we need to do this. And then we need to do this. Unless we wanted to just do this. And we'll still add this bit in here, because that won't connect otherwise. And then we've still got the same pattern going round, which is nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm happy, but maybe... Maybe just something like this. Because I do want the white to come up a little bit further, like the pale, because it's like a lot of blue. Like that. Yeah, I'm not happy with this. I'm happy with the colour, having that colour as a rim. I just think it needs to be in as kind of like a topper. I think it just brought it out just a tad too much. Okay, that's a little bit better. All right, a little bit better. And then, yeah, there'll be some trees in here. You'll see the leaves and stuff. I'm not going to decorate inside. Not for kind of like, this will probably end up being like a short. Right, and then what do we want to do here? Right, for this, I think I want to do the same rim to just bring this and meet it with this up top. Like that. Maybe even bring it up one. I'm not sure. And this is also kind of cut off into two sections. You've got the lower bit with like some little windows, and then you've got another like rim around here. And I might just bring this out one more. And we can even like bring these to match each other. Just fill all of this in here as well. So when you're looking up, you don't see any gaps or anything like that. There we go. Very, very good. Right. Now, what colour do we want this bit to be? Kind of feels like maybe we want, like looking from this point of view, it goes light blue, and then almost like a cyan colour at the bottom. So let's try the same colour. Because we're going to be adding detail to it, so it's not too bad. And instead of changing the gold, I'm just going to go over the top here because that feels a little thin to me with the rest of the way that the rest of the build has bulked out, and I don't want it to look disproportionate. really wish I had some music. I suppose I could listen to music if I wanted to. In fact, yeah. I'm gonna put some music on for myself. Because it's a tad quiet in here. You guys can't hear it, but it's there. Right, so we have that bit done now, and I think I want to just add these rooms, like I said. So there's one. That's not there. That's there. And then this one. Yep, this isn't gonna perfectly match up, I don't think. But it's not too bad. Right, okay, this is actually this is wrong, this bit. And there's a little bit of a lip here. I'm gonna try the copper here and see if this looks any good. I'm gonna do expand. Like that. See how that feels. If we don't like this, once we've got the blocks in place, we can always just select them and then replace them. Hmm. That done that on the other side too? No, that's fine. They're a bit weird. Right. I like the colour of the copper. Let's swap that out. And then we've almost got like a. Let's do warped stairs and this warp trim. To go round and fill in that a little bit there. Be fine. Should we do this trick again with the slab on top? Fill in this little bit here. No point keeping it gold. Gold. Yeah, I think that maybe this isn't symmetrical, unfortunately, this circle down here. Because some places it's... This is where we wanted it. We want it to be like a lip, but then some places it's not. But we'll keep going and then we'll just remove the gold afterwards. Remove that ruler. It's a little distracting. There we go. See, just adding those two slabs there has created like a little bit of an archway there. And I might bring it down to do the same here as well. Okay, so for this one, there's a bit of a kind of like arched window here. And it's actually kind of cut off halfway through. So how do we want to do this? Do we want to just do... Ah, wait, we've got the copper variant. So what am I thinking? I'll go with the waxed ones. Right, so we can make this arched window here. There's actually two, but I might just go with one. Do we want to go a bit bigger? Maybe. No, I think I preferred the smaller one. Maybe keep the height. Yeah. And then what trapdoor do we want to use? We'll use this trapdoor. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this gold here. And I'm going to hollow it out. Oh, that's weird. Alright. Maybe one more. Maybe there. No, that's why we just did it there. Now this is going to be like a multi-layered window, so that's not going to matter. You're just going to see that from far away. And then we want some glass. And I think we just keep with the thing here. In fact, we can just use glass blocks for this. And then we don't have to do an extra layer. Yep. Do you see the problem I've created for myself? There we go. All right. It kind of gives the feeling that I want. I don't know. I also wanted to do an outline though. But it don't really work with the stairs. Also got these grates that I never use. Maybe we can kind of put these to use. I made this like a lighter color. And you kind of see, you see? You just get like that little glimpse of the sandstone through the grate, and it just gives like a cool effect. I think that's nice. That work better? Not that. There we go. Does that work better? I think it might work better. I know it's just a really simple window, but I mean, I can add more detail with signs. But the problem with signs is that when you come far away, which is what this build is really kind of meant to be viewed as, then the signs just disappear. So it's kind of a little bit of wasted detail. Which are the kind of things that you've got to think about when you're building on this scale. Ooh, I like that actually. Alright, okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, and then we need to finish divvying up this kind of these pillars. My gosh, it's early. I could not think of the word pillars. Maybe because I'm still thinking about my pillar in bed. It's a wee bit small. We'll just leave them. We'll leave this section here. And then I'll try to do something that resembles this, but obviously not as... Because we don't have as much space to work with. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 7. So tricky making windows on an angle. A lot of decoration there, but you're not really going to see it. Unless I leave these 2 blank and just do this one. Let's see if we can make this one work. And then we can put the grates here. Yeah, see that? That's going to work better than this one. So let's just fix this one. Put this back. Just like that. Yeah, it's never going to be perfect, but it'll be alright. It'll be okay. And then what do we want to do? We want to put the glass behind and the walls and then the thingy. Okay. So there's actually a gap. Something like that. I think that's better than me trying to force some windows in that aren't going to work. But it doesn't mean we can't add some detail. Yeah, I am procrastinating so hard on this build. Like I've spent so much time just trying to get it right, and it's going slower than it usually does. But I'm actually really enjoying that, so I'm fine with it. It's actually this bit that I'm scared to do because there's like a giant arch here. Let's try fix this gold bit while we're here. So this feels right all the way around here. Just until we get to here. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 9. And it goes in like this. We can make this a little bit easier with the extrude tool. Right, which has extruded that all the way down. And then we want to lift this up. As it's important that we fix this now so that the design works when we're going to thingy-my-bob it. Alright, let's just get rid of that there. See, but it's messing up this side now. Ah. You know what? Let's just... Yeah. That's fine. It's gonna be easy. Sometimes it's just easier to start from scratch than it is to try and fix something. And it's not gonna be that hard to be able to just like replace that pillar there. Especially when we've got the symmetry tool on. And I can just do this. Right. I'm going to make this a bit thicker because I want to use the extrude tool to extend this down. And the extrude tool needs it to be a little bit thicker for it to work. Right, so unfortunately you guys can't see this, but I'm just clicking on the extrude tool. I'm going to expand and then I'm going to click the countdown to be 32. Okay, so it's just done that. Now, are we happy with that? I think it were in one actually. Okay. Right, so I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to move it inwards. 1. Very quiet here today on YouTube. I'm doing another stream a little bit later on Twitch, so hopefully that one won't be as quiet. I'm definitely coming through and stuff. It's saying my mic's working, I'm connected, I'm live. Hey! I didn't see that chat there, but morning. This is not the usual time that I stream, and it's kind of reflecting in the chat. I think my usual listeners are probably all asleep. There we go. So we're just going to do from here to here for now. Fill in that little bit there. There we go. What's it like at the back now? Let's check that out. Unfortunately, the extrude stopped when it hit these blocks here. So we'll just do the front, and then hopefully when we're detailing it, it'll just kind of like, it'll come through and fix the back as well. Oh, maybe we could connect these two and kind of like have a walkway around here. That's definitely needs to stop there. That. Right. This purple's also a copper, so we could just do that as well over here. There we go. Okay. Now we've got like mud bricks, like a rim of them. And then another layer here. What are we gonna make this gold though? What color? I kind of think it needs to be another blue, because that's what it is on here. I'm just not sure if we want it to be the warped or if we want it to be this cyan down here, this powdered concrete. Let's try the Hefefe. No, I don't know how to say that. Hyphe. What is this? Oh, it's over there. Okay, we won't touch that because that might break that. Let's just copy that. I'm going to go on to select because it's been a little bit weird. And stand back. Okay, now that is a lot of blue, right? But we're going to be adding a lot of detail. There's kind of a massive archway, and I'm really not sure how to do it, honestly. And it takes up like this whole top section here. That. Wait, no, that needs to be a bit lower. Right, okay. Kind of like that shape. And then it also just goes to here, which is perfect. Now, this is kind of the difficult part. Because it's going all the way to the bottom here. But to make this arch work, we need to kind of like dig it out and then build it backwards. This is kind of like a trust the process bit, because I'm not even sure how this is going to look myself. Right, okay. And now we kind of need to make a semicircle in here. Now let's see how that works. Right, I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. I think we need to make it thicker and then we can use the extrude. And make sure they're all in the right orientation before we extrude them all in the wrong orientation. Right, okay, like that, yeah. Right, and then we want to connect, we want it to start like turn into a dome, kind of like what we've got here, and connect into these bits here. If that makes sense. It's kind of like what we've got here. Right. Or do we just want it to kind of go back like this? And then we could have... I knew this bit was gonna be hard. Because I just don't know the best way to do it. Think like this. Okay. Think that's looking right. And to make this make sense, we'll just do a lip around there and just follow that around. And then maybe do the same up here. I'm very much winging this at the moment, you know? And I have one other thing that I can try if this doesn't look right. And then we just need to do this top bit here. I'm having to place them. I'm kind of like doing this the long way. I'm having to place them like this because of the orientation of these blocks. Hope that's right. I don't know why that feels wrong to me. Is that better? Okay, that feels like that works to me. Right, so let's stand back for the first time and see what that looks like. Okay. I'm not in love with this. Probably means we need to turn it to this. Oh. And replace those with them. Oh. Yeah. I think there just has to be some kind of lip there, unfortunately. No, it's still. Oh, wait, I just need to break that. Okay. That'll do. Ah. I think we might need to turn this off for this bit. Yeah. We'll turn the symmetry off. I think we need to pull this back here a little bit. This can change, but it just feels like it makes sense to use this same floor as the one over here. Hmm. I'm just breaking all the ones that don't have symmetry, that are in the right orientation. Like that one. It's stuck. Right, so that's kind of what we were going for. And once it's decorated in there, it's going to be more obvious that this is like an indentation that you can go into. And that would kind of, it's got. And I can break this now, the symmetry's off as well. And we break that one. What do we do about this? It's just this front bit that's... Because I just wanted to make this a little bit thicker, so I thought if I did that, then maybe I could do this. See how it looks before we commit. I do like that. I just don't know how to do this bit now. Fine from afar. And I suppose we only have to go down to here, right? Just makes more sense for it to be thicker, that's all. Yep. That works. I'm gonna fix this bit here. What did I do for this top bit? Okay. I might borrow this top bit and just put it on the bottom one. think that's the best shape that I'm going to get. Right, okay. Okay, so that's just like a little extended bridge there. And we're going to have like some flowers and stuff coming up, so you probably won't even see that. There's going to be like some bushes and a big tree here. So let's try to extend this, because this is a weird shape. I'll do... that. I'm being for the people that are here, I'm sorry for being so quiet. It's just chat seems to be very quiet. And I'm kind of get lost in building when I'm not chatting. There we go, just extended that little bridge around there. This build is coming together. Looking from afar, I kind of think that maybe we should take some of this and put it up here instead of the copper, because it's like a really nice outline. So like that, and then like that maybe. And then let's step back and see what it looks like. Yeah. That's good. Look at how long this is taking me when I don't have the symmetry on. Just as a quick example. Yep, that looks so much better with that little bit of blue. It stands out so well. Quick shader shot. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. This is one of those things that I'm like, ugh, I wish this were my base. Because I have a nice base on Interrealms, but I kind of, every time I worked on it, it was like, ugh, I don't think this is it. This ain't quite right. But I needed a base, so I just persevered with it. But if I'd have done something like this, I would have been so much happier. Right. Anywho, turn those shaders off. This needs more work, but I kind of want to work on this one now. Just so I can be like, oh, this half is almost done. Not a slab. There we go. Do we turn our symmetry back on? No, I don't think we do because we don't want it to be. We don't want the symmetry around here, do we? Okay. Let's take. Slab. Just double checking on the stream for a second, guys. Just to make sure everything's working. It's Minecraft. Just testing that everything's coming through okay. It's a big delay. The mic is coming through, but I'm not hearing myself unless there's a massive delay. Just checking, just waiting for it to catch up. Okay, yeah, I can hear myself. Nice. Right, let's keep powering through. Alright, guess we've got to hollow out again. And this as well. Creation. Hollow. Well, didn't do a good job. Maybe because it doesn't think that it's hollow because of this. Alright, let's try this again. Did this hollow out? This hollowed out fine. Okay, no. Guess we'll just have to kind of do it ourselves. Yeah, that's better than the sandstone for sure. Okay. Right, let's pick the colour for this green so we can actually start to feel like it's like get a picture of what it's gonna look like. I immediately don't want this stuff because it's just gonna blend straight in. Maybe we can do sandstone. Right, pick some sandstone. Pop it on there. Yeah, we've not done a lot of sandstone. Nope, that's not right. Yeah. So is it this one that we want to do the stair on, I think? Yes. Okay. Right, what kind... I'm not sure they are windows, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll just do small ones then. Maybe it's because it was all the same block. Like, maybe if I do a square section around it and then hollow it out, maybe that'll work. And I don't think it's going to affect the rest of the build. Alright, okay. It's worth a shot. Hollow. Alright, first we make sure that the rest of the build hasn't been affected. Not really, no. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit weird, but it's better. Wondering if I can select this chunk of copper and get rid of it that way. So messy. Suppose it only matters what's behind the windows. Now we're gonna do the old dark trick. There we go. Hello, Nicole. Welcome in. Okay, yeah, I think that looks okay. We just need to ignore all this mess inside. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. We are just working on a castle here at the moment in creative. It's getting there. We worked on this right side here yesterday in stream, and now we're just kind of like working on this middle bit here. And all the bright colours like the gold and the lime and the blue, they're all going to be like, these are all just placeholders for the shape. They're all going to be replaced. Hello. I'm sorry, I can't quite read that name, but hey. How's it going? So we're just placing dark concrete behind here so we don't... Because there's not going to be any interior on this build. There we go. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. Right. So we need to work on this bottom bit now and kind of like section it off. Because there's definitely like a lip across here. So do we want to just follow this lip around maybe? E-res. Okay, nice. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I'm really sorry. I butcher names. But thank you. I'm trying to work on just this, like, on this build. I've been trying to work on it just on stream. So it's been like quite a slow process because I can only make progress when I'm streaming. Right, so we've got this lip around here, and then we want to divide these sections up. But I think maybe we use this block. Some of this. I'm just using Axiom here at the moment, so I've got a couple of cool tools. This is like a swapping tool. So I don't have to break blocks, I can just swap them straight out. Like so. And then... Oh, falling. So we're just going to match up these pre-existing pillars. But we'll make a little bit of a better blend between the mud bricks and the sandstone. Like so. This is my personal server. So it is a server, yes, but it's not like open to the public. It's just open for if I'm working on a project with somebody, like I'm working on a big project, then we can come on here and we can kind of like work on it together. But it's not an open one, I'm sorry. Moss, yeah. Moss is a good shout. The good thing about moss as well is that you can place the glowberries on moss, where for some reason you cannot place glowberries on leaves. So kind of don't want to carry this around, maybe. The stairs do not work, but the slabs might. I weirdly don't hate the yellow, but it obviously doesn't go with this build. But maybe we could do a yellow build in the future. Right. Now that we have the pillars in here, we can divide up this section. I'm following a picture that I found on Pinterest. It's like a it's a concept art kind of thing. I don't like to follow other people's builds or anything like that. I like my stuff to be original, so I will always follow like a picture that I find on Pinterest of like a real picture, not like a Minecraft picture. Right, okay, we need to blend these here a little bit. So do we want to use strip birchwood? Do we want to do something like this? And then it's kind of blended a little bit. We have a different kind of mud as well. We wanted to use that. You know? And then just because when you place this and you get up close, you can see that there's the darker tones in the sandstone and they kind of like match the other blocks. So it's a really good way to like match the gradient a little bit. And we won't make it all the same. What kind of right, okay. I think that works nicely. Okay. Now, hope this isn't a weird question, but what's the name of your world? The name of my world? I think I just called it, well, Cobblecraft Creative. It's not a weird question at all. What about you guys? What's your like go-to names that you do for your worlds? Because mine's usually like a world, and then maybe like the year and month, like depending on how long I'm gonna be on the world. Whereas this one I've had for like years now. You can tell by my map that it's just filled with random builds and dragons and things like that. Yeah, I feel like it'd be hard to come up with names because I usually use silly ones. Yeah. Right, okay, so now from here to here, this needs a colour. I think it needs to be, I don't want it to be this hyphy. I think it might need to be this. If I use concrete powder, is it going to fall? Okay, we'll cover this bit up here. So the concrete powder does not fall, and then we lose our ship forever. Like that. There's one there. Yeah. Don't know about that blue. What other blues do I have? Let's pick that blue, and then we'll pop that there, and that will give us like all these different kinds of blue. Just creative world. What about this blue? Yeah, I was looking at ice. Let's try this blue, and then maybe we'll try that. Is it light blue, maybe? Okay. Ah, it's turned that blue now as well. There we go. No, we do that. I like it. Just not sure it goes with everything else, but if I were to put some blue up here in this building and some of the same blue in that building, then it would fit. Hey, Trosh, welcome in. I do the buildy build. We're getting some progress done. It's very slow, but it's happening. Yeah, I think it still matches okay. Right. I think I want to use this. Or do I just want to go straight? I just want to do something like this, maybe. Let's take that out and just have it go all the way to the bottom. Yeah. try to complicate too much, but that's fine. It's hard trying to come up with different like window shapes for each one. That was a shader. That was a shader. My stream does not love the shader, but I like to turn it on every now and again to just kind of like get an idea of how it's looking. Change that. Oh gosh. I need to turn that off. Right, so this is kind of a pretty simple box. But of course, now I need to do one on a diagonal. So, let's see how it looks. Yeah, that's one of the reasons it's slower. How we need to make this look. I think we need to pull it back one like this. I actually had someone come into my chat yesterday and they were saying about playing, like how they love playing on Java, but they prefer playing on console because you can relax and like lay on your bed and get comfortable with a controller. And that's when I was telling them, I was like, well, I've got some news for you. You can actually play with controller now. They were very excited at the idea. Right, okay. This needs to go. See, if this goes there, that's gonna hide that. And that's not gonna make sense. And if I pull it in one. Not gonna make sense either, right? Unless I did. I mean, you've got the shape and look of it from afar, but it's just not quite right, is it? When did I first start playing Minecraft? I was actually trying to work this out the other day, and I think it were about 2013-ish. Because it was when... So, for anyone that's played Minecraft on the Xbox 360, they had what was called a console version. And it was completely different to Java and Bedrock. And they had that for a little while. And then they brought out a version that was similar to Bedrock because they were trying to like make them all like consistent. And I played on that older version. That was the first time I ever played Minecraft. So yeah, about 2013. It's not perfect. But from a distance, which is how this build's going to be viewed, I think it looks fine. And now we want some big tall windows here as well, I think. How do we want to do this? Let's take this and this. And we'll just do a subtle curve. Might just put that one window there. Trying that again is going to be annoying. For going quiet, guys. I'm just a full on concentration mode. Right, can we do this? Just gonna look strange. Yeah, I'm not going to do it because it's just going to look strange. We'll have that one window there. And also, you've got to remember, we're going to have some trees coming up here as well. Ooh. I'm just not 100% happy with this one. Maybe we do. Maybe it's the colours. Yep, there we go. That's better. It was throwing me off that I could just see like a little pixel, like like this little pixel here of purple, and then it wasn't on the others. That was really throwing me off. Okay. Sometimes it's better to go simpler. There we go. Now, we have a section of blue here. And then we kind of have a thin stripe so you can just see the colour. And then it goes into like another big chunk with kind of like these pillars here. I don't think these need to match up perfectly. If we make these like bigger sections before we split them up, then it won't look so much like the rest of the build. Yeah, that's better. Otherwise, if you do follow it all the way down, okay, so like I've done here, you can see this pillar's here, and I haven't followed it all the way down. Because if you did, that's when it starts feeling like it's just one big section. Okay, so this is kind of like matching up from this stair here. So we want to get rid of this because we don't need it. And we'll just cover that up. If I was building this in survival, like if I was taking this schematic and building it in survival, which I do quite a bit, I would make sure everything was perfect and that every block wasn't, like there wasn't any unnecessary blocks. Because then that means that I have to go gather those blocks. But with this, I have a little bit of leeway. I can leave all the mess inside without worrying about it. Right. So you kind of have you come to here and then you have a 2. What, like, you have them on a diagonal actually. What about you guys? When did you guys like first start playing Minecraft? It always interests me when you find out that people have like just started playing, because it's like, oh wow, you've got so much like cool stuff to come and discover. Hey, I think we made that look okay. I started when my parents got a Nintendo for Christmas. I gifted them, and it was the family one. And I always played just on the Nintendo. Oh, nice. Do you prefer watching it to playing, or like me where I do both at the same time? Oh, 2022, so it's not that long ago then. Feels like. Don't mind my singing. I'm listening to music. Unfortunately, I can't play it on YouTube though. I think I wanna change this from sandstone. Yeah, that's what I wanna do. It's bothering me. It's too sticky out here. We'll keep the little transition there, but we'll make this. I'm cooking chili. I got up. I've been really productive today. I got up and I did everything you need to do. And then I was up really early. So I decided to make chili, which takes like all day. At least the way that I do it does. And now I'm just going to be tortured all day by the smell of chili that's like not ready to be eaten yet. That feels better. It just felt too bright and in your face, especially next to like this build as well. What if I bring this down a wee bit more? What's a good block that could go here? What is that? Test block. Not going to be using that. Okay, that feels better. That feels a lot better. Now I just need to decide what I'm going to blocks I'm going to use here. Do I go with... Okay, it's next to... Maybe if it's next to the... Oh my gosh, what is this called? Jungle. We'll use jungle, and then when it's next to the oak, we can use oak. Let's see what this looks like. Sorry, I just need to I need to like this song that's on my Spotify because I don't think I've got it and I really like it. Okay, there we go. Maybe Tomorrow by the Stereophonics. It's a good song. Yeah, it's a good song. It's one of those songs that you kind of like forget exists sometimes, and then you're like, oh my gosh, that's such a good song. Feels weird just putting oak in this build, like it doesn't belong, but then when you zoom out, it looks nice. At least I think. Or do we want to try spruce, maybe? Maybe spruce would be better here, because we've already got the spruce there. Let's try. Yeah, possibly. I do that. I'm very, very critical of my own builds as well. Right. What do we want here? I want to kind of just do like every now and again, just do a little bit of that, maybe. Stop it being a bit boring. In fact, let's get terracotta and what's the closest colour to this terracotta that we're using? Is it this one? Ooh, no. You know what? Is the dark blue a nicer terracotta? Now, I might mess this up and then nothing might go with it anymore. Or it might look better. Or it might look better. It's quite dark though for the rest of the build. Anyway, let's pop it in this colour generator thingy, my bob, and find the closest colour to it. Wow, there's nothing. He's kind of got like that royal blue purpley colour that's like kind of works really well with the oak. I just don't know if it goes with the rest of the build, but if I incorporate it in the other builds, like these other two on the side that aren't done yet, it might not look as too random and in your face. And it's still blue. It's still purpley blue, you know? Right, okay. Now, we've gone from the mud bricks to the mud to the jungle to stripped oak wood. I think the next step is birch. I think we're going to change these to be birch. I'm trying not to use the Axiom menu as much as possible because I'm really aware that the people watching can't see it, unfortunately, just because of the way that the vertical shots are like laid out. So I would usually just select these columns and change them using the Axiom tools. Right. Oh, that's nice. My cat likes walking on my keyboard while I'm building and then knocking my mouse on the floor. I'm trying to do something here because it feels a bit bare. He's an orange. He's an orange boy, but I just don't know if it's a tabby or I'm not calling him in it. I'm saying the type. I think it might just be like a tabby, but he's ginger and he's cute. There we go. That might be a little bit better. And the thing about ginger cats is they're often known to be a bit crazy. And my boy's not really crazy. He sleeps a lot. And he's tiny, like he had flu when he were a kitten. Like we didn't know when we got him. He already had flu from his mum and we wasn't aware. And he kind of like I don't know if it stunted his growth or it just made him smaller or but he's quite small. I used to have a tabby, but I later got two tuxedo cats. Oh. Yeah, he's like stripy and he's got some spots on his back and we did have like two like proper tabby cats and my fella had those two cats since he was like little and yeah, and we had to well the passed away of old age. It was they were 17, I think, both of them. There we go. Right. Okay, something's happening here, I think. Do I want to bring in a little bit of this down here? Separate this build out a little bit more. Ah, thank you. Yeah, they were lovely little cats. We always joke because we had one that was crazy and energetic and wanted to be on you all the time, and that was Frodo. And then Pippin just wanted to be on his own and he wanted to loaf on the couch and not be touched. And now we've got a cat that you're not allowed to touch him, but he wants to be on you. And it's really weird. It's like a mix of both of them. Oh. No, actually, he's not. He's not a biscuit making cat. He he loves cardboard, and he will do it on that. What about your cat? Does your cat like making biscuits? That don't quite feel right either. Mainly on your sister. Hey, sometimes those claws are sharp, you know. No, but he does play fetch. Like he loves it when you throw a ball and he will bring it back to you and drop it at your feet so that you can like throw it again. I swear we accidentally got a dog. I like this being a different colour to split up these two. I just don't know if I want it to be the... I just don't know if I want it to be that. Maybe I want it to be this. Out. That. And that. And... Oh my god, my cat loves hair ties for some reason. Like she chases it and acts like it's her own little pet. Yep. Yep, definitely. Definitely I find hair ties all over the place. And I never seem to have a bobble when I need one. That's fine. Okay. I think that feels good. Alright. Quick shader shot. Yeah. I think that looks alright. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to add any more greenery probably until I've finished the build and it's like fully done. And in the picture that I'm using, the reference picture, there's like some trees here and you can't really see them, but you can like just see the tops of the trees. So maybe I can grab one that I've got. Do I have book tree? No. Ah, maybe this one. So we'll just pop this here just so we can like get an idea of the leaves coming out the top. We'll lower it down maybe like that. Yeah, something like that. Maybe another one over here. Yeah. It'll look better when I do the custom ones because I'm just doing that for now. And these are my custom trees. I'm just not sure that they fit here. But I'd like to get like kind of an idea of what it would look like. Like that, yeah. Right, I'll take a quick screenshot. And I think I'm going to leave it there today. I've been streaming for nearly 3 hours. And we got some really good progress done. And I have to do another stream later today on Twitch. Because I'd really like to stick to... Because right now these YouTube ones have been kind of a bit of an experiment. But normally what I'll do is I will stream on Twitch on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I'm actually really enjoying streaming on YouTube. I just need to set up all my stuff. Like, I would like a notification when someone subscribes and things like that. And I think there is a way to do it. So I'll try figure that out. But yeah, thank you for hanging out with me. It's been a bit of a quiet one today, but we had some people pop in near the end there. So thank you, Nicole, for chatting with me for a while. And I will see you all next time. I will be around. It will be about this time again when I do a stream. Possibly tomorrow. We'll see. Right. But until then,